Hi, my name is Mindy Horde. I'm a 33-year-old married mother of three who grew up in Northern California. I grew up in a really small town. I endured a lot of ridicule from other kids that I grew up with, and I grew up in a very abusive household, mentally, physically, verbally, and I have encountered a lot of problems throughout my childhood that just kind of ended up in a really bad path of self-destruction from the time I left home at 15 until I found out I was pregnant on my 18th birthday. Throughout my life, I've been married 3 times. I have 3 kids by 3 different dads. I don't have a college education, and I've suffered from ADD and anxiety and depression my whole entire life. So it's been an uphill battle. A lot of people look at where I am now, and they really can't see the story behind who I've become. And it's easy to look at somebody who has achieved success and not ever realize that they have had to overcome and deal with a lot of struggles. So I wanted to share this with you because a few coaches have asked me to share my story because they have found it inspirational and want to share it with other people. And I commonly get the question all the time, how long have you been a coach? How did you become so successful? Do you have any secrets? What have you achieved? So I thought I'd make a short little video just to share and give a little background on me. I shared my story. I have basically just had a wake-up call a couple years ago after suffering a major mental breakdown. I'm married to my best friend. We fight like cats and dogs, and we've had a lot of ups and downs. We've been on the brink of divorce a couple times, but one thing about us is we never give up. And that's one thing that I realized throughout my life in the last couple of years is that everything that I've endured has made me who I am, and that all the things that have come my way and all the bad positions I put myself through is what has made me who I am, and that everything that I've been through could be turned around and used as a lesson and a gift to help others. So when I was at the lowest point in my life, and believe me, there's been a lot of low points. There's been times that I wished I was dead. There have been times that I wished I was never born, and I always felt sorry for myself. I was a victim. I walked around with a lot of anger, and ended up I shot myself in the foot over and over and over again and hit rock bottom and bounced back every time. But I finally realized enough is enough. I was tired of this. After having my third child, who was a little over 1, I just felt bad. I gained a lot of weight after taking very good care of myself throughout my pregnancy, losing the weight, naturally. But then life happened. I got sidetracked. My husband worked out of town 7 days at a time. We were having a lot of issues in our marriage, and I stumbled across my coach on Facebook. And I made the decision after a few days of watching her and realizing that she was, legit, and that she was consistent, and she seemed like somebody that I wanted to help guide me in my journey. So I selected P90X and Shakeology. I'd never heard of Shakeology until I went to her and asked her about P90X. I had no idea what Beachbody had to offer. I had no idea about the benefits of being part of the Team Beachbody community. All I'd ever heard of was P90X. Honestly, at the time, between that and Insanity, those were the 2 most extreme programs offered. But I picked it, and I knew tons of people who owned it, tons of people who started it, and who never made it past day 3, 4, or 5. And I decided I'm going to try this. Being somebody that hated working out, never had been into fitness, got a D in PE, and was very uncoordinated. I am surprised to this day that I finished P90X, but I believe 100% that the only reason I finished it is because I had the support from my coach, and I got really involved in the accountability group she put me in, and I shared publicly what I was doing and my progress, and it really made me feel better, and I kept going and kept going and kept going. And when I completed it, it just changed everything. I felt like I could take on the world. Once I gained all these friends along the way that supported me, people that had been in my life my whole entire life, or people that I'd been really close to didn't even support me. So this was huge for me. 13 days into my journey, I'd lost a whole pant size. I don't even know how much weight I lost because I'd never owned a scale before that. But I shared on Facebook about my progress, and that post went crazy. And that's when my coach approached me with the coaching opportunity. I said the same thing that I've heard a million times. Don't how much is it going to cost? I don't think that I'm coach material. I don't think I can inspire enough people. I don't know anybody. I've never been into fitness before. I haven't reached my goal. I haven't finished a program. I just really don't think I can commit with everything that I have, raising 3 kids with my husband who works out of town. But somehow she convinced me, basically because every, excuse and objection I gave her, she had a response to. And at the end of the time, even though I didn't believe in myself, she believed in me, and I just couldn't come up with any other solid reasons to tell her no. So I jumped in. It was a very impetuous, impulsive, not even a well-educated decision, but it's been the best decision I've made my whole entire life. It has changed my whole life completely. In 625 days, I was able to leave behind a 10-year career in the insurance industry. I loved what I did before. The place that I worked at, the company, the owner and his son, and the other co-owner were awesome to me. But it didn't provide the financial stability. It didn't provide the ability to advance. It didn't provide what I needed. And most of all, there was still this just gap in my soul and in my life, and I felt like something was missing. I, after about 11 months, was able to replace my income that I'd been making as a licensed insurance agent with, over 10 years experience. And I was scared. Everybody said, "You're so great at this. You're so natural," because I make the people feel as important as they really are. I believe in them because somebody believed in me, and it changed my whole entire life. And I'm just natural with people, that I care. I don't see them as a dollar sign. I don't see them as somebody who can help me reach my goals. I want to help them achieve the life of happiness and fulfillment that I've had. And so anyways, everybody said, just go for it, make the leap. And I was terrified. But after going to several different corporate events, listening to other coaches on the National Wake Up Call, watching other coaches on the Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, made me realize that, this is absolutely no different than, they're no different, and their stories were a lot like mine. And so I turned in an 8-week resignation, and I was terrified. I took the leap, and on November 1st of 2013, I walked away from my job, and I was terrified. But I have been home now for, 8 months, and this again was one of the decisions that I don't regret. I've met a lot of amazing people. It's strengthened my relationship with my husband, strengthened my relationship with my children, made me learn to love myself, and I've picked up thousands of amazing friends, people who literally know me well, care about me, and want me to succeed. I have weeded out the negativity in my life, and there is nothing about my former life that I miss. I think that I'm a better person, and a lot of it has to do with the support I have, learning to love myself, completing programs, going to events, has built a stronger sense of confidence, self-esteem, and I have a place to belong. Growing up in a home where I didn't feel like I was wanted, I didn't feel like I was loved, I was never able to participate in any sports or any, clubs in school, so I never really had a place. Being adopted, I never felt like I had a place. Now I feel like I belong, and I belong somewhere, and I am not just there because I have to be. I'm there because I want to be. And every day I work hard. I work, sometimes 12 to 16 hours a day doing what I'm doing. I spend hours on the phone with people. I spend hours creating videos, talking to people, running groups. But I love it. And I'm tired at the end of the day. I'm exhausted because I have so many people that I care about. And my heart is not big enough at times, I feel, but it is, and it grows. And there's so many people in my life who've become not just a customer or a client, not just a Beachbody Challenge group participant, but my family. And we've built solid relationships, and I think all of our lives are forever changed. And since I've been home, I've had many opportunities to do things with my family and my children, financially and just together. That has been quality time that is absolutely priceless. So it makes all the hard work well worth it. And I've taught my kids not to give up, and taught them how to build a business, how to not rely on somebody else, and how to truly care about somebody and work hard and never give up. So I am thankful for Beachbody. I'm thankful for this opportunity. I'm thankful for the fact that my coach believed in me and never gave up on me. And because of this, I have been able to prove to myself and all the people who never believed in me all the negativity that I've heard my whole entire life, that they're wrong. I would hate to be one of my enemies right now and watch me. You know, I've worked hard. I became a 2013 elite coach. I ended the year as ranked as 53 out of 140,000 coaches at the time. Now we have about 190,000, and I'm ranked right at 100. This is huge. This is huge for somebody who didn't believe themselves, was suicidal, depressed, didn't want to live, and felt empty inside and hated herself most of her life with a very colored past. So I want everybody to know that it doesn't matter where you came from, it doesn't matter what you've been through, it doesn't matter where you're at now. Beachbody is literally the solution for everything. If you get engaged, if you listen to the guidance your coach and your team gives you, this will change your life and will make it for the better on so many levels, health-wise, financially, and just strengthen the relationships you have. So I hope that this video has maybe shed a little light on who I am and can help somebody out there realize that you don't have to be anyone special. You don't have to have any degrees. You don't have to have lots of experience, nor do you have to be rocking a six-pack to be a coach and to be a better you. So if you take the chance, we would be happy to welcome you into our community.